So here we have the Pipercross air filter. This is actually going to be my first mod I'm going to do by myself. Shouldn't be that hard, couple of screws and it will fit right on. Now let's see what the engine sounds like with the stock paper filter. Right, ignore that. I've had this for I don't know how long, but I've got enough coolant. Make sure we don't get no music. I'm not gonna let her warm up because it's gonna take long, and I want the car cold when I put the new filter. So yeah, this is before, and let's see what it sounds like with the new filter. One more time. Let's give her 2 grand. Nah, flathead is not gonna do it. Fuck it. Can see smoke, that's not good. It's not that big of a difference. Smells bad. She's smoking a bit. Hope it's because of the oil I put on the filter. Can't tell the difference though. On idle it feels like it's chopping like a Corvette, like a camped Corvette. I mean, after all, this is a GM, so what do you expect? So the install was successful. Obviously something went wrong, so I had to get my dad to help me, but it wasn't about the filter. I noticed there was some smoke coming from the V-clamp, so I'm just gonna let her cool down, start her up again and see where the smoke is coming from. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I have a vacuum in my car, it's because I use it to clean the airbox. So far what I noticed was, I'm not gonna say it was flywheel because I didn't replace the flywheel, but when I was pressing the gas I felt like the needle was going up loads faster than before. I'm gonna do it again after I let her cool down and see where the smoke was coming from. I'm suspecting it was the V-clamp from the turbo or the turbo actuator. I'm pretty sure we done it pretty well last year when I replaced the actuator and the V-clamp. But yeah, if you can't tell, yeah, this is made in the UK, so I think it's loads better than K&N just because it's built in the country. So big up Pipercross. Always support, you know, UK brands. If anyone wants to buy it, I think they're still on sale on Amazon. Pay £32, paid another $12 for the cleaning kit. I'm not, like I said, I don't think I said it, but I'm not gonna clean it. I will just replace it, and I will just add the oil that it comes with the cleaning kit. You need to give it like 5-6 quarts. Spread it out with your hands and let it sit overnight. Put paper towel underneath, make sure there is no leaks. You can see the paper towel is dry, so that means I've done it well. Because if you know there's loads of oil on the paper towel, you know, by the time you wake up in the morning, that means you overdone it. And these turbo engines don't like, you know, too much oil in the air filter. I think I've read online, or Gemini told me, that it will mess with the MAF sensor, so you definitely don't want that. Okay, so right after I installed the Pipercross, I noticed there was some smoke coming from the engine bay, and I suspected it was the V-clamp. This is what I was talking about earlier. It wasn't whatever I said, or it could be the actuator. But Gemini said, you know, to give you a wiggle, it's because, you know, if it wiggles, that means it's loose and it's leaking boost, but it's not moving, it's steady. So that should be alright. I've tightened that up with a 10mm socket, and I'm just waiting for someone to go inside the car and give it some gas to see if I get any smoke from there. But it should be fine. And I think this is the diverter valve that Gemini was talking about. I want to replace that as well, so I can get cool noises from the engine. Doesn't look like it's too complicated. I mean, I should be able to do that myself. Right, so just as I expected, it was the V-clamp, because it didn't make no smoke when I started it on full start. Everything sounds good. There's a new actuator I replaced, well it's not new anymore, I replaced it last year, but it's relatively new and it's doing a good job. Right, let's go back inside and see, let's check the fuel trims. And that's gonna tell me if I've messed up the engine. Pretty sure it's all good. Sounds very good. And look, this is what I was talking about. Well, I don't think I've showed you, or I think, yeah, I did show you. But the rev counter is moving a lot faster. The lift off is still slow, but look how quick it climbs. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Gonna get some live data. What the RPM dropped, I think it was sitting at 800 when I was idling, and it's now at 680, 85. Right, it was idling at a much higher RPM before. Let's see the fuel trims. This is more important. Well, that's to be expected. I have a new air filter, and the ECU is probably relearning whatever it needs to learn, but that should be okay. So after a few drives, I'm pretty sure the long fuel trim is gonna go back to normal. It was sitting at 18% before when I first started the car, but it's slowly starting to come down. Let me rev it a bit. Actually, I think it got stuck. Let me do it again. Oh look, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5. Come on, we're going back down. Yeah, this is mint. Alright, so listen closely to. It sounds like it's canned. I know it's a big stretch. Yeah, this is not a V8, but it sounds so good. I think it sounds better on idle now. Alright, let me give you a bit more revs. Yeah, because now the engine is warmed up. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like it's pretty much the same, but it's still, overall it's still better though, because you know the engine breathes a lot better now. I'm happy. I've got what I expected, more or less. The bad smell is gone.